certainly close.
This ball over the top. Kovar from the left wing into the middle. Garza just can't get there. That didn't miss by much as Sam Garza made a great run to try and get on the end of that one.
Another great ball from Aaron Kovar. Good defending from Mikey Ambrose. Just gets inside of him. Garza can't get a great look at the ball. It's end-to-end action
Zira
now.
on the yellow takes the man down. And it doesn't look like the referee, Jeff Arthur-Holtz, is going to pull the second yellow out, but Michael Azira has got to be very careful.
I absolutely agree. He's got his hand on him a little bit. Gall cuts in front of him, just catches the back of his leg and wasn't intentional. One of those you can, but he is a little bit lucky. But I think to his benefit, he didn't really know about it. He was paying attention, trying to defend the player, and his foot actually catches the back of Gall's foot.
It's a careless foul and nothing more, but in that position in the field, sometimes a simple careless foul can be considered tactical as Lowe stabs that one away.
Well, I think my point is that he's not looking at his legs. He's not trying to take him out. It just happens to tangle up, and you can get away with those sometimes even with a yellow card.
Another change now for Seattle. As Aaron Kovar's evening is through, he had some dangerous balls. Good service at times, but doesn't end up on the score sheet. He will depart, and he will be replaced. I think this is Andres Correa coming in, so they're going to add a defender with just about 15 minutes remaining in the 90. Nice hand for Kovar. He put in some good work, and he finishes at 75 minutes.
Well, he certainly doesn't get us forward as much as Kovar, but he is going to be in the same position out on the left wing.
And now a whistle. Sam Garza adjudged to have knocked down. I think that's Mike Ambrose. And a free kick for Austin about 15 yards inside the attacking half for the Aztecs. 77th minute. We're level at 2. That's a result that would put Sounders 2 in the playoffs, but you got to think Austin wants to play spoiler. Seattle would certainly rest easier with a third goal, and they've been pressing for one, but now maybe they're going to settle back a little bit more. Sergio comes back and takes it away. Azira keeps it despite the sliding challenge from Gall, but now it's taken away. Garza, sliding challenge.
Ezra Hendrickson wants to maybe slow things down, have the team relax, but they've given the ball away so many times here in the second half. Just
Lowe
need to settle things down a little bit.
All the way across from the right center back to harass Max Gunderson there, and he earns a throw in as Gunderson was the last to touch. 77 minutes gone by. If things stand as they are right now, is moving ahead is Anderson. Nice ball from Mansarai and a nutmeg. Anderson steps around his second man, falls down in the area. I don't think there was much contact, and Lorendi is able to get on that one. Anderson just couldn't keep his feet.
No, it's another great run from Anderson. You can see Campbell is exhausted. Blows by him easily here. Just swipes at it, but he keeps tracking back. And the second time when he beats Rosebloom, Campbell is able to recover. Great run from Anderson, though.
Great movement forward, and nice job by Victor Mansarai to slot it through to set him free.
Well, that's something the forward has to do. He just goes straight at those defenders. He doesn't have any help, doesn't have anyone to pass to. Just take him on. Just unfortunate Campbell was able to recover there.
Skying to get ahead on that was Fairclough. Anderson looking to turn. Cuts it back against Cuero and ends up with it, trying to send it into the corner. This is the new arrival, Correa. Keeps it in play, back for Sergio. Up into the air, and Mansarai just unable to get around his man and get there in time. Lorendi handles it.
And that's just what has to have been missing tonight, that last ball. Real quality. There was really no one in there anyways when he was going to play that, but you could see how much time Anderson had, though, when he came off the back line, picks up the ball. Neither center back is tight to him. Has all day to turn and put it in, put it through.
Gall flicks it up in the air, and we have a whistle. And the free kick is going to favor Seattle.
I think a little push on the back. Damian Lowe got pushed there.
And now another change coming for the Sounders. So Carlos Patino, who joined the club just a couple of games ago, did not play in the game against Austin. No, his first appearance was against Austin 2 games ago. And that's the end of the night for Olex Anderson. He had a lot of pace and great fitness, not able to get on the score sheet, but he was very effective on attack.
Well, he worked really hard in that game we saw last week against Orange County. Like you said, it's got a lot of pace, a lot of energy. It's going to cause the same amount of problems for that back line for Austin tonight.
So not a like-for-like change again as a midfielder for a forward this time, as certainly Ezra Hendrickson knows what the situation is and what the stakes are. Damian Lowe battling there, and I think he's earned a free kick, as working hard was Ture, who just came into the match, but he fouls Damian Lowe.
Yeah, good strength from Lowe. He's going to sit down right now. Hopefully everything's all right.
It looked like he had taken kind of an awkward step at the last minute there, and he's holding the back of his right leg. Hopefully he's all right.
And there's
right
Lowe just
there you can
Ture.
see as he got bumped into.
I think he caught the back of his ankle there. I think you're right. Well, there's 8 goals sitting on the bench in the form of Pablo Rossi, and wonder when we'll see him, or if we will at all.
Still 2 changes available should Seattle choose to use them. Lyon sends it long. Garza got ahead to it, but Patino can't track it down. 80 minutes have gone by here at Starfire, and another change.
Looks like it's going to be Lorenzo Ramos in for Victor Mansoret.
More defense coming into the match. As the academy player, Ramos has been a fixture. He's made 13 appearances for the Sounders' second side this year. Patino tries to chase it down. You can see the fresh legs working there. Aaron Long will try and get here before Cesar, and he does. Now Correa, good strength to keep it. Azira sends it back for Aaron Long. And he'll cycle back to Charlie Lyon up in the air looking for Correa. Over him and out of play across the touchline right in front of us. 8.5 minutes remaining here in the 90. You can feel the tension in the stadium. Everybody knows what the situation is. If things stay the way they are, then Ashani Fairclough's goal will be the one that puts Sounders into the playoffs, but that's a good 8.5 minutes plus stoppage away right now, as Cesar is judged to have fouled Aaron Long. On the touchline off to our right. Take a look at that interaction here.
There's Long just getting it away. Maybe a little extra knock there from Caesar, but I'm not sure there was too much in that.
Turning on it. Ramos outside for Fairclough. Cross in for Patino. Tries to settle and turn. Back in toward the middle. Patino turns, deflected outside the post for a corner. I think Roseboom got something on that, and just so close were Sounders to getting that all-important third goal.
It just seems to be the theme of the second half right now for S2. It's a great ball in from Ashani Fairclough. Brought down nicely. Good turn for Patino. You think it's going to go in right here. And
I think that was Lorendi.
I think it might have been Lorendi, yeah. I'm not sure how much he knew about it, but good save for Lorendi.
6th corner of the night for Seattle. Very close was Fairclough, but he couldn't get to it. Cesar can't settle it, but has a man running. Damian Lowe had to get that one right, or Gall was in on goal. Miele way up high right now. Ramos. Garza. Back of his heel for Ramos. Save! Lorendi got a piece on that, I think, and it's outside the post on the near side. Again, Sounders 2 just missed the go-ahead goal.
What a moment for the Sounders Academy, man, too. Lorenzo Ramos, what a ball this is. Sam Garza just turns, plays it right through. A little bit of a touch. Deflection anyways. Ramos has the entire goal open. Huge save from Lorendi.
Cody Lorendi has kept his team level in the last couple of minutes. This corner swings out. Getting ahead on it was Garza. Long tracks it down. Over the top. Is he onside? He is onside! The Sounders lead in the 84th minute, and it's Nick Miele.
Well, the left back to the center back. You don't say that very often. But it is a corner kick. And this ball's whipped in and it's brought down superbly by Aaron Long. Just as calm as you like, brings it to his feet, bends it back over the group of players. Cool finish for Nick Miele. He's been involved in 2 goals tonight.
Aaron Long all the way up from the left side as you take a look. He's over on the right. Nick Miele just rides that line perfectly, and the touch is marvelous to beat Laurenti. They've been trying to do it for so long now, and finally, Seattle break through in the second half, and they lead in the 85th minute. It's 3-2 Seattle, and they have 5 minutes in stoppage to hang on.
Well, center backs are sometimes given a hard time for their finishing ability in front of the goal, but that was a very sweet finish from Nick Miele. This fantastic technique puts it right into the net. No chance there for Laurenti this time, who's done very, very well in the second half.
To use the hockey term, Cody Laurenti has absolutely stood on his head here in the second period.
Well, here's where S2 just need to relax, get the job done. Don't let anything over the top or make any huge mistakes if they can. Keep the ball, dictate the game, and close it out.
Roseboom drops it back for Campbell. Nick Miele has given the Sounders the lead. As stepping into the area is Gall, and he tried to send it onto the outside for Tony Rocca. And a little bit of a miscommunication.
Well, and you thought Gall actually looked like Azira got a piece of that from my view, but just a poor touch.
Fans, Nike is a proud sponsor of the USL. Follow @Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Make sure and check that out. USL very much appreciate the support that Nike provides to make all of this possible. As Seattle, 3.5 minutes from the end of the 90 now. They lead it 3-2. Nick Miele has given them the lead. It's his 3rd goal of the year. Aaron Long is the man who gets the assist. It's his 2nd. And as you mentioned, he came all the way up from left back. He was to the right of center and played it into the center back, who was riding the offside line like a seasoned striker. Absolutely perfectly worked by the back 4 playing up front. And will that be the one that seals the Sounders' playoff berth? They're 3 minutes plus stoppage time from doing that. 87 minutes gone by. Nathan Murphy and Aaron Heinzen, we're thrilled to be able to spend this evening with you in what's been an absolutely scintillating contest. Correa with a cross, skips over everything, and Ambrose pops it up in the air. Sergio looking to hold off his man and settle, but instead it's handled by number 20. That's Torre. Campbell turns around and drops it dangerously for the goalkeeper. That was a little bit too light of a pass, and sprinting up to try and get there was Patino. Laurenti had to just clear it out of play.
That's great pressure from Patino, just showing his speed. Campbell doesn't give him the greatest ball back. Laurenti has to deal with it any way he can.
Sounders still have 1 change available to them. Pablo Rossi and Handwella Buana still on the bench. But they've put in all the defenders and all the defensive midfielders. You got to think this might be what they're going to stick with, unless they want to use up the extra 30 seconds. Azira the touch. Sergio up into the air for Fairclough. His goal leveled it just before halftime. Michael Azira, rock solid in the middle all night long. He takes this one away. Azira into the middle, has Garza outside, goes down. I think he tripped himself. And Michael Azira, you can see from up here how big his eyes were, and now trying to counter is Austin. Tracking it down is Torre. Just outside the penalty area, headed away cleanly by Fairclough. Sergio gets it for Michael Azira. Steps out onto the wing. A little bit of contact in the back from Rocca. Now running onto this is Patino. He's onside. Carlos Patino into the penalty area. 3 men against him. Now he has a runner into the outside netting. And a goal kick.
That was a good ball from Azira to pick out Patino, but I think the earlier sequence, I think Ezra Hendrickson would have preferred if If Azera would have just held on to that ball, there's no reason for him to go forward. He's a bit of a defensive player for them in the midfield, and when he steps out, you see Austin get the ball all the way down into the 18. S2 were able to get it away, but they don't need those kind of players getting out of position.
Traven Cesar into the middle. A chance to turn on it. Drops it back, and that one's going to go outside of goal. Julio Cuero. It was a nice pass from Torre, but Cuero couldn't put it on frame.
That was a good opportunity for Austin. Bit of a chance.
Just a handful of seconds left in the 90, and then maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Fans, once more this 2015 regular season, a great big thank you to Bootstrapper Studios. They've done a marvelous job all year long producing the S2 broadcasts today and every home game. They do live streaming of sports and events of all sizes. Make sure and visit them at bootstrapperstudios.com, and only 1 minute on the board. 60 seconds between Sounders 2 and a playoff berth. The stadium can taste it. People starting to stand up. In their inaugural season, will the Rave Green second team find their way into the postseason? Austin, maybe one more chance to end it. They would have to score 2. It's taken away from Roca. Tracking it down on the near side. This is Yates, David Yates. First time we've called his name. Cross goes over everybody. Sam Garza. Nice touch around Ambrose. Garza gives it away in the middle for Roca. He's going to have a try from the outside up over the top. That was too close for comfort.
Well, you could see what was in Garza's mind, but he just mishits it, and that could have been very costly. S2 have not had the best passing tonight, especially in the second half, but fortunate if that shot goes over the top. Great little work at first by Garza.
We've
But
had
that's
the
where
one
you just need a little bit of the patience. Excuse me, Nathan.
Pardon me, Aaron. We've had the 1 extra minute. Charlie Lyon will put it back in play. How much longer will we go? No more time at all. The score is final. Seattle Sounders 2 win this one by a score of 3-2 over the Austin Aztecs. And with the win, at very long last, they get to 42 points. And that is enough. Seattle Sounders 2 will play an extra game. They will be in the playoffs in USL in 2015.
And it wasn't pretty, but it was sure exciting. A great finish there in the end.